This is Georgia 551, and we got yet another new construction project video here in Leominster. We are here on Adams Street, as over there is Pleasant Street going across where that SUV just came from. And over there is Cotton Street way over there, where that car is now approaching. And over here, this used to be the Thom McAn warehouse, and it's been abandoned since the late 80s, early 90s, and hasn't been kept in good condition even before that. If you've seen my video, Abandoned Thom McAn Warehouse, available on this channel, you could see what this building looked like before this renovation project started. Anyway, we're going to start with this old building over here. And from what I understand, this building is going to be converted into office space pretty much. They say for the most part the floors and what have not in that part of the building are fairly sound. They had to remove a bunch of skateboard ramps kids built in there. The steel floors and what have not, from what I read in the paper, are in good condition, so there wasn't much they had to do there outside of a gut-out. On the other hand, this part of the building, you can see there's daylight coming from the roof, and there is no roof up in there. And that, I believe, is where, if there was an elevator, is an elevator. And these guys are pulling out for the day. And this old building extends all the way out to there, and that will also be renovated. Let's zoom in on it. And can't really see inside. So what I'm going to try to do, and this is hard to do with one hand here. Oh, yeah. This is what I like about my new camcorder, which I'm not using because it died 3 months after I bought it, is I can adjust things on the fly. Like right now I want to look inside that building, but I can't because I have to stop recording to change the exposure. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, we've changed the exposure settings so we can kind of look inside, and this guy's going around, which I have no problem with. And you kind of see there's not much in the way of depth, so there's very little to do there. As for the Thom McAn warehouse, can't really see much of anything in there, except where there is some structure. Can't really see much of anything. And if we go a little this way, maybe we can see inside the other building. I'm not too sure. And we're going to stand right here hoping nobody comes in. Hold on. One moment. Alright, as we can see the steel here, what happened is the guy that's running this project was wondering what I was doing. I've told him what I was doing, and he said it's okay. Problem he has is because this program has just started, and let me pause this for a moment. I gotta change the settings again. Over here there used to be an awning, and an awning over there. That one fell a long time ago, and this one was taken down. Now, you can sort of see some of the orange paint that originally was here. A lot of it was covered in mildew, and like I said, if you've seen the Abandoned Thom McAn Warehouse video, you know what this building looked like. What I was trying to say, and I realized that the exposure was too high, is the guy was wondering why I was recording this. And I told him about all these projects. And by the way, these windows are all covered with plexiglass. They still have the blue film on it. Some of them, I don't think in this video, you can still see that there's a... The blue is just a membrane that's stuck on it. This building has absolutely nothing to do with the project whatsoever. And there's nothing really to see here. I mean, just some ductwork. But anyway, here you go. Here's the orange paint in its original condition. And some of the brick has been eaten away by the weather for so long. So you got some concrete blocks that have to be replaced. So he was a little worried about the timing of this video, and he needs about a week to get things going. But I told him he didn't have to worry about anything like that. So we might come back and take a look inside there. And this isn't gonna... I'm recording this on November 19th, 2012. It's not going up on November 19th, 2012. So here we got all this brush that has to be cleared. It is getting dark, so there is a contrast issue here. And that's what we got here. And I saw that window that was open, so again, I gotta pause this thing to reset the exposure, which is a pain in the butt. Wish that other camera didn't die. Yeah, you can't really see it, but there's the window. I don't know if he is out there. I don't think he is. But I hear some people in there, so we're not gonna record. Anyway, that's the first video in this project. Sorry about the overly brightness of it, but like I said, unlike the other camera, I can't adjust this stuff on the fly with this old one that I retired from YouTube and have to bring back now. Anyway, next update, he said about 2 weeks he'll have no problem with the videos. So that's when we'll come back and do this. Per request of the contractor, he wanted me to wait a week and a half to do any sort of posting. This has been 2 weeks. I gave him a little extra just in case he fell behind. And we don't really see much of anything happening over here because clearing the brush out of this parcel is not exactly the most important thing right now. The most important thing is to get the buildings in condition in which to start working with. I don't see anything changing there. And here they have removed the paint from the Cotton Street side, and as you can also see, all the windows have been completely removed. Well, the frame's still there, but all the broken glass has been completely eliminated. And over there, where there used to be a couple of trees, you can now see evidence of nature taking its toll on the building, as quite a few of the bricks need to be replaced because they're completely gone. And we're going to aim the camera inside these windows and see if we can see anything. Please note that unlike my new expensive brick that's in the repair shop, I have to stop recording video to change the exposure settings. So the next part will be looking inside. And there's a car. Alrighty, I got the exposure as high as it can go because it's pretty dark in here. And we are not going to go past the sidewalk, which you can't see. But here we can kind of see inside. I'm not going to go into the building. I'm not sticking my hand in there. And we can see there is actually a second floor. And it looks, I don't know if it's coming out on video, but he's cleaned this building out pretty well. And we're not going to look in any further unless from here on the sidewalk, because that corner of the sidewalk literally goes up to the building. I might do it. Again, I'm not actually going in the building, but here's a look from here. There's the second floor. And let's take a look at what's going on the other side once I reset the exposure. Alright, we are back on the Adams Street side of the building. It still looks the same. You can see where the overhang used to be and the loading dock. And the funny thing is, and here's a good example, that's all plexiglass and he left the blue protective covering on it, which is kind of odd. I figure if you want the most light, you take the blue coverings off, unless it's purposely done so you don't get looky-lookers going up to the building and taking a peek inside. So, it doesn't look like much of anything else has happened, except it looks like that this section now has a roof on it. So, something did happen here. And there is something to zoom in on, but somebody's coming across. You don't want to get them in shot. Alrighty, this is about as close as we'll get. And we'll end it with this parting shot here. Somebody took a shot of this before. Commonwealth Plastic Company. So that's what we have for you now. I'm trying to hold this steady. My other brick does a better job at stabilizing the image. This is GeorgeF551 saying, I hope you enjoyed this progress video. Have a good one.